Go ahead, Nick.
Haason, thanks for taking the time this morning. I guess what's your kind of process at the end of every season as you evaluate your future and what you want to work on specifically this year as you enter free agency again?
Right now it's just a waiting game, see what happens, see where I'm going to be. As I've expressed before, hopefully it's here. But we'll see what happens when it's time, when free agency starts and when that happens. As far as me and what I'm going to do this offseason, I'm going to relax for a little bit, let my body rest, and, in a couple weeks, get back to work and get ready for next season and get ready to go out on the field and dominate next year.
All right, let's go to David Newton, followed by Will Palacic.
Hey, Haason. Good to see you. What was this last part of the season like for you, especially the last 4 or 5 games? What were teams doing so much differently to negate your ability to sack the quarterback?
Just they focused on, getting the ball out fast. We have some fast guys off the edge, and everybody felt like that was a threat. That was, and the way to negate that was, to have plays and have their quarterbacks get the ball out of their hands fast. And that's about it. I didn't like it, but I respect it. If that's how teams felt they have to play us to give themselves the best chance to win. But that was pretty much it, man. Team's game plan was, try to run the ball on us and get the ball out the quarterback hands fast.
And Phil Snow's talked a little bit the last few weeks about getting bigger on the defensive front. If they played more 4-3 and went more base there, how's that figure what you would do in this defense?
I'm not even sure, but one of my I played at about between 235 to 240 this year. My off-season goal is to come in no matter where I'm at. I've already made the decision that I will be coming in around like 250 pounds, probably right there where I can have some more weight to bull guys. And then also keep my speed. I definitely don't want to lose that. That's the biggest part of my game is my speed, my ability to beat guys on the edge. So, but I am going to focus on, putting on some more weight and being around 250 pounds next year.
And is that something that the staff is suggesting that you do?
No, that's a personal preference. Nobody has suggested that to me. Whether nobody's have put. I made that decision all on my own, for just the things that I want to see for myself.
Well, I appreciate it and have a good offseason.
No problem. Thank you.
Haason, second year in a row where you're going to be a free agent. How is this offseason different from last offseason for you?
It's really not. Other than the fact that last year, coming off of last year, I was, or the year before last, my ability to rush the passer was questioned, whereas, this year I had double-digit sacks again, and I don't think that's the question anymore. So now, other than that, though, the focus is the same. As I said, is to, relax for a little bit, let my body heal, let my body rest, and then get back to work, get back to grinding, get back to preparing for this next season so that I can get on the field and dominate and continue to have success. And no matter where I'm at, continue, to try to be a part of or a piece of the puzzle that helps the team win.
One of the things you said when you first signed was you really felt like Phil and the defensive staff knew how to use you. How much will that factor into your decision-making, and how high does that rank to you priority-wise as you think about what you want to do this offseason?
Number one goal, is to make sure that I'm somewhere that fits me, fits for me, where I fit in, rather. Don't want to get anywhere or go anywhere where they're going to try to change who I am or try to change the way I play. So or try to change whatever position they want to put me at. You know, when I said that, it was about knowing that I had talked to Snow and Coach Rule about playing on the edge and, you know, being a edge rusher. That was what I wanted compared to playing off-ball backer. And that's the, you know, like I said earlier, that's the same goal for, you know, as far as whatever team I go to, even if I'm here. I know I already have that understanding here, but if I am somewhere else, like I said, to be used the way that my talents can excel, rather than trying to fit me into some position that's not for me.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's go to Jonathan Alexander, followed by Joe Person.
What's up, Haas?
What's up with you?
Nice, man. As you kind of reflect on what happened this season, you know, what are the things that you feel like this defense and this team can do to take another step next year?
I think the number one thing is to try to keep as many pieces intact as we can. You know, experience with, you know, when you have the same guys in the same system for multiple years, that, you know, it brings chemistry. You know what I'm saying? It brings chemistry, a level of comfortability, and it allows you to know who you're playing with and, you know, really have a bond with the guys compared to, you know, somebody coming in for 1 year and then leaving and being going the next year. You know what I'm saying? When you have guys in the same system for 2, 3, 4 years, and you got them same guys, you only building. I can't really see the defense, you know, a defense or any side of the ball getting worse. You can only get better with more experience in the same system. So, like I said, I think the number one goal is to try to keep as many pieces intact as, you know, as we can.
So, having said that, being that there were a lot of new pieces you included, was it at all an adjustment period for you to get to a stable point, the defense in general?
Say that one more time.
You know, having said that there were a lot of new pieces on the defense you included. Was it ever an adjustment for everybody to kind of get on the same page?
Most definitely, you know. Most definitely, when you come into a new team, I said it before in the beginning of the year, when you come into a new team, you know, a lot of guys don't know who you are, you know, unless you're coming in with a very big name and your body of work already speaks for itself. But just to come in as a new guy, you know, some guys may look at you like, all right, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't take until you start training camp and you get into those, you know, and you get into the games and, you know, now you're on the field and your work is speaking for itself and guys are seeing you have success where they can say, you know what, this is a vet guy that I can look up to. This is a vet guy that, you know, I can listen to and understand and take advice from, rather than guys, you know, thinking like, oh man, who's this guy coming around? You know, might be be here for 1 year. I ain't really going to pay too much attention to him. And that's pretty much it.
Haason, kind of similar to what you're talking about and having sorts of discussions in the locker room. Excuse me. Your background with Matt, do you find yourself talking to guys a lot about the process and sort of like assuring them that it work, it just sometimes takes some time?
Yeah, most definitely, you know. This thing is in a rebuilding process, and it's not something that could be done overnight. You know, it's something that takes time. Like I said, it takes to keep the pieces intact. Having the same guys in the same system for years, where they know where your players know the system in and out. And like I said, that just takes some time. You know, the more you do something, the more familiar and comfortable you get with it, the more you understand it. That's where the experience comes in, and I think that's the biggest part in the whole thing. It's a rebuilding phase here right now, and to get over that hump, to get where the team wants to go, I think, like I said earlier, the biggest part is to keep the pieces intact as much as you can. Keep as many pieces here as you can.
And just quickly, I know you got a team meeting, but what gives you the confidence to work at the pro level and it's not apples and orange?
Oh, so I'm sorry. Say it one more time. You cut in and out a little bit.
I'm sorry. Given what gives you the confidence, Haason, that Matt's process can work here at the pro level and that it's not an apples and orange type thing, pro versus con?
I just can. The only thing I can do is, you know, as anybody can do, is take his college resume. You know, went to Temple. First year under Rule, we were, I believe, like 2-10. The next year after that, I think we were like 5 and something, maybe like 5-5 or like 5-7, whatever it was. And then, you know, the next 2 years after that, we were 10-4, where we went to the championship. 1 year lost and was able to go to a bowl game, and then we were 10-4 the next year after that. Went to back-to-back bowl seasons, and we actually won the championship that year. And it takes some time. Like I said, it's a process, and the advantage in college is that, you know, for the most part, the same pieces are intact. You know, I had 4 years in college under Rule. You know, I was able to be in the same system for 4 years in a row. And only thing that happened was I understood the system more and more each year, which allowed me to get better in the system, allowed me to play better on the field. And, you know, then you take what he did at Baylor. I think they had a losing season 2 before he got there, and, you know, he got there and had a couple winning seasons. So if you take what he's done in the past, you know, it shows that his process has worked really well for him, and that's all I can say about that.